What's up, YouTube? So in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at Tua Tagovailoa in his game against the Jets last night. Let's go ahead and get right into it. He had 177 passing yards. It honestly wasn't anything too crazy, but honestly, with what we've had the rest of the year, easily the best performance he's had. Yes, the Jets defense is bad. Yes, they had 13 penalties. But still. So we're going to get Malik Washington in all sorts of motion. We start off with Achane. So we'll go ahead and fast forward. We are only here to look at Tua right now. Another handoff to Achane. I do like these uniforms, by the way. Most of the rival uniforms or whatever they called it, I think most of them kind of suck. But anyway, we got Darren Waller at the bottom of the screen. It is nice having a big body target, so we get him in motion. Let's take a look at the coverage pre-snap. So they're showing cover one. Single high safety, press man-to-man. You get Darren Waller in motion. He follows him, so that kind of confirms that it's going to be man. And at that point, this is a pretty good signifier. You do have some safety help over here, but the middle field is going to be wide open for this crosser. Tua sees it, finds it easily. Also, Malik Washington going to the outside kind of helps take the safety away. Where did this one come from? He dropped back because they're making it look like cover one, but it's really going to be cover two man. He's going to drop back. He's going to move over here. So they're making it look like cover one, but it ends up being cover two man. And honestly, pre-snap, when you see him kind of already moving to the other side of the hash, that kind of gives you a pretty good indicator that this safety is probably going to drop back and it will be cover two man. And if that's the case, the middle of the field is a good option. That would be middle field open. Middle field open is when you have two deep safeties because there is a space between them. Middle field closes with a single high. But either way, crossing routes against man coverage, I mean, that's just a good way to go. And it's a good way to get Darren Waller involved right away, try to knock some of that rust off. Take a quick peek at the offensive line. We're not here to break down the line, but it is a good pocket. So Tua's going to have to... Ooh. Yeah, I remember that one. The offensive line doesn't do a stellar job here. Quentin Williams immediately beats Jonah. Looks like he lunged pretty heavily. Both of our guards got their ass whooped there. Again, we're not really here to look at the offensive line, but I can't help but notice sometimes. I'm an O-line guy after all. This one's kind of tough. You know, Tua immediately has to scramble because the play breaks down, but there is a guy wide open. Was it Ingold? Yeah. Especially as Tua is stepping up. This is here. Tyreek Hill is here. Oh, yeah. He's got options. Instead, he kind of throws a hospital pass to Achane. But he's got Julian Hill. He'll probably get rocked. But, I mean, Ingold is wide open. I seen that when I was watching live. No, it was Ollie Gordon, I think, that got. It wasn't Achane. Yeah. Luckily, he was fine. He's a big boy, but handed off to Ollie Gordon. Nice. So this looks like a pretty standard cover 3. They're not really disguising it super well. Well, maybe not. The safety is gonna kind of bail. I imagine he's probably gonna go over here. Yeah. Either way, this is gonna be a hole in the zone. Tyreek is really, really good against zone coverage. Like, he really has a good feel for the holes in the end zone coverage. How's the pocket? Good blitz pickup from the running back. It's Achane. He goes right through the gap between the center and guard, but Achane does pick it up pretty well. This looks like a run. I do like that Tua was under center a lot more. It looked pretty good when he was. He kind of threw that one away. I don't know if that was necessary. I don't know if something went wrong. But, I mean, Ingold is a viable option here, but I think he just kind of throws it away. Achane possibly, too. I mean, I see what they were going for. You bring Ingold in motion. You put Tyreek Hill around the backside, hoping to pull the linebackers, which you do pull a safety over here. You don't really get the look you're looking for, but Ingold was right there. Get a running back in motion. Nope, that's not a running back. That's Malik Washington. Achane in motion. Oh, yeah. Easy screen pass. Not much to break down there from Tua. I do think that Tua did a pretty decent job throwing on the move this game. We'll get into that later. I'm not mad at that. They end up blitzing here, showing cover 1. It is indeed cover 1. You got a free runner. Unfortunately, he's not looking the correct direction because you'd have this, but let me see. What are the routes here? Yeah, I mean, this is kind of basic stuff too, throwing in the direction of the blitz. But if all these receivers are going downfield, then it is a pretty good indicator that Achane is going to have something on the backside. You can kind of see that a little bit pre-snap. Especially in man. Okay, so this is right after that fumble forced by Jack Jones. Let's go. Working from the shadow of our own end zone. No back in the backfield. We motion Ollie Gordon. Hand it off to Ollie Gordon. That makes sense. Give it to your power back. I probably would have done that under center, personally, in this situation. Put Tyreek Hill in motion. Nice. Take a look at that route. It's more cover 1. Well, maybe not. Now it's kind of looking like cover 3. how much they back up. But a lot of times when people run cover 1 against us, though, they will give us space just because they don't have speed. It is cover 3. So yeah, attacking the boundary makes sense. Typically, you want to attack the sidelines or the seams against cover 3. Good run from HN. He had another good game. Didn't do as much in the receiving game, but did plenty on the ground. Get HN in motion and hand it to him. That was a great run, but that's not what we're here to look at. Penalty gets us knocked back. We had 6 penalties ourselves, and honestly, the refs were pretty generous with us. Tua's going to scramble. See, I love that he wasn't panicking when he got outside the pocket. Right now they're showing cover 2 man. It could just be standard cover 2, or actually more of like a cover 4. In which case, yeah, middle field open. Second, you clear this linebacker that crossing route. You know, it's interesting, just the evolution of the game. Like, people used to move their safeties around and stuff like that when they'd be up against one of the great quarterbacks like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, stuff like that to disguise what they were doing because those quarterbacks were so intelligent that, you know, you couldn't just go out there and show what you were doing pre-snap. But now that's just like standard operations. I just think it's interesting, just the evolution of the game. Little side tangent, but... yeah, I love seeing Tua under center a little bit more because it lets you do stuff like this with the bootlegs, which were working really well. They were showing us a lot of man as well. Yeah, even here. So this really is kind of more of a cover 1. It just looks different because when you're playing against Waddle and Tyreek Hill. Well, actually, it's not because no one followed him. So it probably is just cover 3. Let me see his hips. Yeah, it is just cover 3. Because typically, with zone, the corner's chest will be facing toward the interior, toward the middle of the field. That's where their help usually is. But Tyreek Hill just runs away from it, and this is good play design too. Everybody's going to the right side, fakes the handoff, and Tyreek Hill just sneaks out the other side. Julian Hill kind of clears out these guys. So it is good play design. But getting Tua on the move, I think it was pretty effective, especially because this offensive line is not that great. But you get them all going to the right side. Everyone follows Ollie Gordon. And now that you actually have a power back to do those things with, like, people actually have to respect it. Get Tanner Connor in motion. Yeah. Yeah, that was a pretty bad snap from Aaron Brewer here. They said it in the game, and they're right. He's trying to move to his right already before he even fully snaps this ball. A lot of that comes down to Aaron Brewer not necessarily being the strongest center in the world, so he needs to be able to get both his hands on you quickly. But it is a bad snap, for sure. And to be clear, Aaron Brewer is the best offensive lineman we've got, but doesn't mean he's the most powerful in the world. Little screen pass to Malik Washington here. We got Tanner Conner in motion pre-snap. Doesn't really... Well, actually, no. He does give a pretty decent block. But I will be interested how this offense looks without Tyreek Hill, like play call-wise, like long-term. Like, I could see us doing some more two tight end sets. And if we're going to do that, I'd like to probably go sign one. Hayden Hurst or somebody. We get Tyreek Hill in motion, empty backfield. Beautiful pass to Jalen Waddle here. I think that's his first catch. Yeah, it's just straight cover 2 man. Little rub route. Who are you doing that with? That Waller? Nope, Nick Westbrook-Akine. I mean, yeah, use your big receiver, use your big tight end to do these things with. Allows Jalen Waddle to just run free. Attack the boundary. An absolute dot from Tua. Good pocket. Quinn Williams was starting to beat Jonah's ass. But that's to be expected. You're a rookie against one of the best defensive tackles in the game. So, H-hand in motion. Oh, I love that shit. See, when we start cooking, this is the stuff. I'll show it from the other angle. That'll be a better look. Yeah, it's perfect. When Tua is able to do shit like this, that's just when our offense is like really cooking. But you have to make them respect the run. If they don't respect the run, these types of plays can't happen. Because they're all committing to your power rusher. So he's able to just flip it out to Malik Washington. It's so fun. But when we were having success with plays like that, you know, you had like Raheem Mostert being like consistent in the run game. Getting touchdown after touchdown. He had H-N going. Good little run from Ollie Gordon. And Ollie Gordon wasn't even like always super productive when we were handing him the ball, but just the fact that they were having to respect that power means a lot. Again, get him in motion, get it to H-N. Nothing crazy there. Tua does stare people down a lot. Like, he never looks away from Jalen Waddle. And it does make this an easy bat down. And Darren Waller's right there. So is Malik Washington. Oh, yeah. And then they're in man, so he's following Malik Washington around. Yeah. That could have been 3 touchdowns to Waller this game. Well, actually, I think he might. Yeah, he gets it the next play. Never mind. It's an absolute dot from Tua. Throws it nice and high where only he's able to get that. That's an absolute dot. I mean, he beats both the defenders, including Sauce Gardner. Yeah, that's outstanding. Let's look at the other angle on that. No one's really open either. I mean, Ingold looked like he was gonna get open on the delay. But... So this is after the second fumble. Get Nick Westbrook, Akine in motion. Malik Washington in motion. Just going to do a little handoff to him. Goes nowhere. I kind of wish we would use him for more than just gadget stuff. We probably will now that Tyreek's gone. Speaking of which, little screen pass to Tyreek Hill. Goes nowhere. That's a great throw. Offensive line collapsed immediately. Shown cover 1, but well, actually probably more like a cover 2 man situation. I don't know if that was the best decision, but it ends up being a good decision because it's a great throw. But there is something easier down here. But right here, Malik Washington. But he throws an absolute dot here to Tyreek. And the yak ability, obviously. Man, that left A gap is getting its ass whipped between Aaron Brewer and Jonah. Ingold in motion. He's in the backfield. It's interesting. You put your fullback in the backfield like that by himself, you would assume he's going to be staying in the block, but no, they have him going a route. Easy throw to Malik Washington. Nothing too crazy there. They're giving him plenty of space. More cover 2 man. Again, crossing routes against man coverage. It's cover 2 man, so middle field open. Linebackers are giving a lot of space. This is easy completion. Easy read. Looks like the offensive line kind of died. Let's take a look at that. Yeah. both tackles that time. I can't even blame the left A gap then. It's just the whole offensive line dying. Fair enough, man. All right. Ingold in motion. Now we're playing out of the eye. And I do like that we're not afraid to give it to Achane out of the eye. And we also moved Julian Hill. Little motion from Julian Hill in motion. Handoff and a slip from Achane. Empty backfield. Yeah, that's the injury. Yeah, yep. Absolute dot from Tua, though. More cover 2 man. Tyreek was killing it in the slot. You're working back toward the interior here, so you're taking this corner away. Gonna, fast forward. I'm not trying to show that knee. It was pretty gross. Waller in motion. Just going to hand it off. Expect it, but that's not what we're here to look at. Already done a HN film session yet already this year. Doesn't mean he can't get another one, but here's the other touchdown to Darren Waller. Again in the eye. And I love the little subtle shit. It's very clever. You're going to motion Alec Ingold to the left. Make it look like we're running to the left and then bootleg the other way. And both tight ends are viable options here. I don't know if Julian Hill catches this. And obviously Darren Waller is the better option. Obviously, catches the touchdown. But just good play design, man. And it does feel good to have a really big-bodied receiving option as available to us. All right. Single back formation, Achane in motion. I like that we have them both out there. That's a terrible throw. Cover one. Achane's a better option here. Take that back. Have to do something real quick. Honestly, against man, a situation like that, like pre-snap, you got to know Achane's going to be a decent option here to just make somebody miss. Waller's wide open too, but that's only because of a stumble. Got Ingold out wide. We're going to motion him. Yep, we move him and Julian Hill, and then we move into the eye. Move him again. So interesting. This is a very similar look to what we did in the red zone earlier in the game, but we go the other way. We move Julian Hill and Alec Ingold. Ingold is going to move to the left like he did in the red zone, but in the red zone, we bootlegged to the right. This time we fake to the right and bootleg to the left. Get an easy throw to Waddle. Setting things up for later. More man coverage. And this is true cover one. They're just disguising which safety is the single high. I don't know what the hell Sauce Gardner. Maybe this is supposed to be cover three. Sauce Gardner looks a little bit lost this game. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, I don't know what the hell he's doing. A good yak play from Waddle. Not really yak, but a little crossing route. Yeah, I could show this to you. Why not? But Tua was looking very poised when he got out of the pocket this game. Both when it was designed like that and when he was having to scramble. More cover one. They really ran a lot of man against us, huh? Not many teams really do that. Yeah, I respect it. Man-to-man coverage. You're scrambling. Nothing available. Just, I think he might have gotten like half a yard out of that. But there's not a whole lot else you can do. Honestly, though, from Tua, I might rather you just throw it away. Don't risk a hit. Westbrook in motion. Nice little stiff arm. Gets a couple of yards. Not a whole lot to say about a screen. Good job stepping up. That was a little scary. The hit from the slide. This is more cover one. Actually, cover 2 man. Safety's going to back up. Nick Westbrook-Akine is wide the hell open. Stepping up, looking right at him, still open. But he does hit him late, which ends up giving us the first down. But, yeah, Tua doesn't need to be taking unnecessary hits. Alec Ingold is a possible option here as well. But Westbrook-Akine was wide the hell open in the middle of the field. Get Hill in motion. A run. I like Gordon's a violent fucking runner. Back in the pistol. More cover 1. We move Julian Hill. Again. We move Julian Hill to the right side. We move everybody like we're going to run to the right, and we bootleg the other direction. And we did the opposite of that earlier this drive. And again, Waddle with these crossing routes is deadly. Malik Washington would be as well. Even Taj Washington, who's been a healthy scratch so far this year. So we moved Ingold, and then we moved Julian Hill to the left. Now Ingold's going back right, and we're going to toss it to H-N right. And he slipped so many tackles here. We're not here for H-N, but Jesus. All right. Nice little encroachment from the defense. Appreciate that. Ingold. No bootleg this time. But again, Tua has to scramble. That's a terrible throw. Waddle was wide open on the sideline. he's created so much space. I don't know why he threw that in the dirt. I don't know if he was trying to throw it away or if he genuinely missed. I'm not sure. Basically, I'm saying I'm not sure if that's a bad decision or just a really bad throw. Definitely one or the other. We got Julian Hill in motion. Just run the ball. Okay. I respect it. Again, pressure gets there. Tua does not panic. God. Larry Borum got his ass whooped. I know we're not here to look at the offensive line, but I gotta. Damn, dude. Looks like your feet got crossed. Nah, you just got. Your feet are way too far out in front of you. This is the opposite of leaning. And you gave up your chest. That is bad. You gonna let Michael Clemens do that to you? Larry Borum is bad, dude. Damn. Base is too wide. Hands are too low. Hands are too wide to the outside. Just gives up his chest easily. Yep, that's how you end up on your ass. Sure is. All right. Julian Hill in motion, Ingold in motion. Back to the eye. Let's see what happens here. Straight handoff. Fair enough. And the pistol. Move Julian Hill. Other handoff. But we faked the bootleg. A lot of man. Very good pocket. Unfortunately, well, actually, there was somewhere to go with the ball. Yeah, definitely had time to survey the field here. And Jalen Waddle. Let me see. You can even see him in this view. Maybe not. No, not quite. H-end could have been a potential option there too. All right. Got Ingold in motion. Just going to hand it off. Fair enough. Back under center. Back to the eye. Straight handoff. Fantastic run. That's what I needed to see. From what we've been doing, you know, we start out with Ingold and Julian Hill out at the line like they're lining up at receiver. Then we move them. But then again, we move Alec Ingold a little bit to the left, and we actually run it that direction. We need to do that too. If we're going to show it, we got to occasionally actually do it. Again, not here to look at the running game, but still. Ingold in motion. Easy throw. I mean, honestly, this is quite a few pretty easy throws for Tua. He has had some dots, though, for sure. It's good play design, though. Julian Hill running somebody over, too. Appreciate that. He's playing a lot better than he was last year. Last year, he's pissing me off pretty consistently with the penalties and the drops. He ain't pissing me off as much this year. He's pretty decent. Some yak, ran somebody over. It's nice. It's Andre Cisco you ran over, too. He ain't half bad. Got Jalen Waddle in motion. And Sauce Gardner. Cover 2 man. Yeah. Good play by the defense. H-Hand in motion. Empty backfield. That's terrible. I don't know if he was supposed to fake that to H-Hand and then throw it to Julian Hill. Is that the plan? I mean, I see why he didn't throw it to H-Hand because he's probably going to get lit up. Yeah, it might have been more of a throwaway, to be honest. Back in the pistol. Julian Hill in motion. You know, Darren Waller didn't actually have a whole lot of snaps, it seems, which makes sense. I mean, it's his first game back. But it seems like Julian Hill's definitely played a lot more. Obviously, the target share goes to Waller. And Waller's not much of a blocker either. I don't think there was any passing plays on this last drive, but we'll check. Nope. Definitely in the box. Tanner Connor's gotten better as a blocker, too. I'll give him that. He ain't the biggest tight end in the world. But this was a fantastic punt, by the way. Which is good because his previous punt was awful before that one. But, yeah. Anyway, that was Tua's Week 4 game against the Jets. Wasn't spectacular, but he absolutely did make some dots. That first touchdown to Waller definitely comes to mind. That was an absolute dot. The play where Tyreek Hill unfortunately got hurt was also an incredible throw from Tua. But there were a lot of really simple, easy throws for him, which is fine. That's just good play call. And like I said, the Jets defense is very bad. I understand that. But I mean, we gotta appreciate the wins when we get them, you know. So anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. If you liked it, appreciate that like button. If you have any questions or comments in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.